What if I told you that behind the legendary riffs and roaring crowds of Led Zeppelin lies a tale shrouded in mystery, a series of events so strange they'll make your record needle skip a beat? Welcome to Grim Events, where today we're unwrapping the enigma of the Curse of Led Zeppelin. Join us as we explore the line where myth meets music and decide for yourself. Was it mere misfortune or a curse that danced with the legends of Led Zeppelin? All right, folks, let's get the lead out and explore the tale that's been echoing through the halls of rock history. It's time to dissect the so-called Curse of Led Zeppelin, a series of unfortunate events that could give even a horror movie a run for its money. Let's step back into the mystical fog of the late 1960s, a time when rock was loud, and the mysteries of the occult were even louder. At the center of our tale is Jimmy Page, the guitar maestro of Led Zeppelin, and his curious fascination with a man named Aleister Crowley. Crowley, dubbed by the press as the wickedest man in the world, was a notorious occultist, mystic, and ceremonial magician. His philosophy, "Do what thou wilt," became a cornerstone of his belief system, Thelema. He was a man who dabbled in the dark arts and was as controversial as he was influential. Enter Jimmy Page. A man whose guitar could speak to the heavens, Page was equally enchanted by the shadows. His interest in Crowley was not just a passing hobby. He collected Crowley's memorabilia, including rare books, and even purchased Boleskine House, Crowley's former residence known for its eerie past and, let's say, unique energy. Boleskine House, overlooking Loch Ness, was said to be a site of Crowley's magical rituals. Rumors swirled of summonings gone awry and spirits lingering in the halls. Page's acquisition of this house only fueled the growing legend. One explanation for the Led Zeppelin curse is the falling out between Kenneth Anger and Jimmy Page. Kenneth Anger, an avant-garde filmmaker known for his interest in the occult, had a rather tumultuous relationship with Led Zeppelin's guitarist Jimmy Page. This relationship eventually led to a notorious falling out which, according to some accounts, culminated in Anger supposedly cursing Page. In the early 1970s, Kenneth Anger began working on his film Lucifer Rising. Intrigued by Jimmy Page's interest in the occult and his connection to Aleister Crowley, Anger approached Page to compose the soundtrack for the film. The collaboration, however, didn't go as planned. Delays and disagreements marred the project. The primary issue was the slow progress on the soundtrack. Anger, known for his fiery temper and controversial personality, grew impatient with Page's lack of progress. According to Anger, Page only delivered a few minutes of usable music over several years. In response to this falling out, Anger reportedly expelled Page from the project in a very public and dramatic fashion. He claimed to have cast a curse on Page. The specifics of the curse are not well documented, but it was suggested that Anger used his knowledge of the occult to enact revenge for what he perceived as professional betrayal. Now let's delve into a lesser-known but equally intriguing aspect of Led Zeppelin's mystique, the sigils. Each member of the band had a unique sigil, symbols that some believe are tied to the occult and mysticism. First up, Jimmy Page's symbol, often referred to as Zoso, resembling a fusion of letters and arcane symbols. Its origins and meaning are shrouded in mystery. Page has kept its significance a closely guarded secret, adding to the mystical aura surrounding it. Some speculate it's derived from ancient symbols for Saturn, hinting at Page's interest in astrology and the occult. Next, Robert Plant's symbol, a feather within a circle. Inspired by the ancient Mu civilization, it represents Plant's fascination with mythology and nature. The feather, often associated with the Egyptian goddess Mahat, symbolizes truth and justice, reflecting Plant's philosophical and introspective nature. John Paul Jones chose a symbol with a single circle intersecting 3 Vesica Pisces. It's often linked to a person who is both confident and competent. Some say it's connected to a book on runes, aligning with Jones's interest in history and symbology. Lastly, John Bonham's symbol of 3 interlocking rings. It's believed to represent the man, the woman, and the child, reflecting Bonham's dedication to his family. The symbol also bears a resemblance to Ballantine Beer's logo, humorously aligning with Bonham's fondness for the brew. These symbols, each a personal emblem for the members, were featured prominently on the album Led Zeppelin IV, intertwining their identities with a tapestry of mystical and personal meanings. Whether these symbols were mere artistic expressions or held deeper occult significance, they added another layer to the enigmatic legacy of Led Zeppelin and added fuel to the fire of the rumors of the curse. And then comes the spine-tingling rumor that would become the cornerstone of the Curse of Led Zeppelin. Whispered in hushed tones and echoed in the annals of rock history was the tale that the band, or at least Page, had made a pact with the devil. The price? Their souls. The reward? Unparalleled fame and success in the world of rock and roll. As Led Zeppelin's star skyrocketed, with hit after hit and sold-out shows, this rumor seemed to some fans not just plausible, but eerily accurate. Could it be that their meteoric rise was fueled by something otherworldly? Led Zeppelin had achieved superstardom, but then the tragedies began. As we're about to see, the path of Led Zeppelin was marked by more than just chart-topping hits and groundbreaking albums. It was a path shadowed by a series of misfortunes, each adding a dark chapter to the legend of the Curse of Led Zeppelin. First, let's turn the spotlight on Robert Plant. In 1975, during a family vacation in Rhodes, Greece, Plant and his wife suffered a serious car crash. The accident left Plant with a broken ankle and a wheelchair-bound recovery, halting the band's tour plans. But the misfortune didn't end there. In 1977, tragedy struck again when Plant's son, Carrick, suddenly passed away from a stomach infection, leading Plant to a period of deep mourning and causing the band to cancel the rest of their tour. Then there was John Bonham, the powerhouse drummer whose beats were the heartbeat of Led Zeppelin. Bonham's tragic demise came in 1980, after a day of heavy drinking. He was found unresponsive, having accidentally choked. His untimely death at the age of 32 was a devastating blow, leading to the band's eventual dissolution. Jimmy Page, the enigmatic guitarist, didn't escape unscathed either. In the late 70s, Page faced a series of health issues, including a period of heroin addiction, which affected his performance and the band's productivity. Let's not forget the band's manager, Peter Grant, whose son was involved in a road accident, or the mysterious fire that damaged Page's Boleskine house, further fueling rumors of the curse. John Paul Jones, the bassist and keyboardist of Led Zeppelin, is notably the band member who largely avoided the string of personal tragedies that seemed to affect the other members of the band. Unlike Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, and John Bonham, who each faced significant personal hardships and misfortunes, Jones managed to steer clear of such incidents during and after his time with Led Zeppelin. While the band as a whole experienced the turmoil of Bonham's death and the subsequent breakup, Jones himself did not have any widely publicized personal tragedies akin to those of his bandmates. He continued his career in music, working as a successful record producer, composer, and session musician. This lack of personal tragedy surrounding Jones often stands out in the context of the Curse of Led Zeppelin, as he seems to be the exception in a narrative filled with misfortune and loss for the other members of the band. As we reach the end of our journey into the enigmatic world of Led Zeppelin, we're left with more questions than answers. The curse, real or imagined, weaves a narrative as complex and mysterious as the band's music itself. Consider the sigils, those enigmatic symbols chosen by each member. Are they mere artistic expressions, or do they hint at a deeper connection to the mystical world that Jimmy Page was so intrigued by? And what of Page's fascination with Aleister Crowley, the man known as much for his dark arts as for his philosophy? Or the rumor that the band, or just Page, made a pact with the devil? Does it cast a shadow over the band's history or simply add to their rock and roll mystique? The tragedies that befell the band members, the highs and lows of their meteoric rise to fame, could these be mere coincidences? Or are they pieces of a puzzle that point to something beyond the realm of our understanding? So, what do you think? Is there truth to the Curse of Led Zeppelin, or is it all just rock folklore? We invite you to dive deeper to explore the symbols, the legends, and the music that continue to captivate us. Share your thoughts, your theories, and your discoveries, because in the world of grim events, every mystery is an invitation to look closer, to question more, and to keep the spirit of curiosity alive. Until next time, peace.